I'm pretty sure at some point I saw you doing a 200 kilo deadlift for 8 reps,
Oh
like
yeah.
without actually getting to the eighth rep and struggling.
Yeah, I don't do deadlifts that much anymore, to be fair. I think now that I'm doing more running,
Yeah.
I've noticed that doing deadlifts just like it fatigues my back. So when I go running, it's a lot harder to do. I get like a lot of like backache when I'm running. So I've tried to go back into like just squats and RDLs.
Do you know, it's really
So,
interesting because I've obviously known you a long time, so
mm.
I've been almost present for all the different stages of your
Yeah.
training journey.
Yeah.
And so, um, we we used to train together back in the Waterfront Leisure Centre,
The
just
good
like,
old days.
general like I suppose bodybuilding training at the time. And then that evolved into doing the bodybuilding shows.
Yeah.
And then at some point, I could see you were starting to vary into like Muay Thai, kickboxing, and then like some calisthenic stuff as
Yeah.
well. And while still maintaining
Yeah.
like the powerlifting and the bodybuilding stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
And then you've like definitely like introduced more swimming, cycling,
Yeah.
running, maybe in the last 3 or 4 years,
Actually, just literally the last 2 years.
last 2 years.
Yeah.
So what do you like through that journey of like literally going
Yeah.
like, bodybuilding,
Yeah.
powerlifting, calisthenics, um, Muay Thai kickboxing to, like more sort of triathlete style
Mm.
training? What do you find that you've kind of had to like sacrifice and give up to make transitions from
Mm.
discipline to discipline?
Yeah. So funny enough, weight training has always been the fundamental for me. That's the one that I'll never give up. So it has always been like my priority. So I've always done like at least 4 times a week of weight training. And then all the additional things that I do are kind of just add-ons. So obviously at the time when I was doing the Muay Thai and stuff like that, that was like twice a week, but that was always around my weight training. And then again going into like the calisthenics and the gymnastics and stuff like that. It was kind of stuff I'd add on to the like after my weight training or work around it if I had spare
Right,
time.
right, right.
It's only now since I've been doing this hybrid training that I've actually probably reduced a little bit of the weight training. I used to do like weight training like 6 times a week. Now it's like three or four. And then I do about 3 or 4 times a week with cardio as well now. And I find it quite good because I always like to do something every day, even if it's like a light jog or a swim.
Mm.
So it's like a nice, easy way to recover. I like to feel like, okay, I've got something I can do. Sometimes with weights, it's like, oh, I feel sore everywhere right now, so I can't train. So I always like now having the cardio thing there, it's like allowing me to have something in my week, like pretty much every day.
That's, you know what, I don't think I've, on the outside observing,
Hmm.
I wouldn't have known that you had that foundation that entire time.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Don't post enough about it.
no, like you kind of post
Yeah,
the
yeah,
add-ons,
yeah,
right? And so there's this
yeah,
sort of thing like you're putting a lot of effort into that, but we don't necessarily see like the sort of foundation
yeah.
work that's happening,
Mm.
and that's probably been quite consistent. So in terms of that foundational work, that sort of like 3 to 4 like weight training sessions that you do,
Yeah.
um, has that literally kind of stayed the same over the last, 10, 15 years, or has
Yeah.
it changed a little?
I mean, I like my training plan probably lasts 6 months to a year, to be honest. Like, it's only if I get really unmotivated or bored, I'll change it up a little bit, and that would just be more my split. The exercises pretty much end up being quite similar, yeah, because it's like all the boring stuff is the stuff that really works, to be honest. Doing all the compound movements and working on like the isolation stuff is the most important thing.
So
If
what
you're trying to come up with like these random exercises that people are doing, it's just like a bench press or a squat would probably be way more effective.
so like your sessions, what exactly do they look like?
So I always start with a compound movement. So okay, so my split at the moment is actually anterior posterior legs.
Okay.
So when I say anterior, I mean like chest, biceps, abs, and then my other day would be back, shoulders, and triceps, because all of the movements that those muscles do are always opposite.
Okay.
So like for example, if I'm doing like chest, I'm not really working my biceps that much or my abs. So it means that I can get a lot more out of my workout. Um, so a lot of people tend to do like push, right? I feel like by the time you've done chest, your shoulders might be blown out, or the other
Mm.
way around. If you do shoulders, then pushing for bench is just too difficult. So I just find that actually just training complete opposite muscles, you can superset them. It makes it like the sessions flow a lot better.
Interesting.
And it
Okay.
just means like, yeah, I can work pretty much as hard as I can throughout the whole session. So for example, when I do chest, anterior, I do bench press, biceps, and some abs. So like make that
I really, really, really like that approach, and it's quite unique actually, because I don't think I've actually heard anybody really speak about it like
yeah.
that. I'm absolutely terrible at sticking to my own program
Mm.
because I'm
Yeah.
always trying to do too many things at
Yeah.
the same time,
Yeah.
and especially as I've gotten older, I'm like, well, at the time of filming this, I'm one day shy of being 39.
Oh, your birthday tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, I can tell you now, I'm definitely starting to notice in this last year or two, my capacity to recover
Mm.
isn't the same as it was before. And it doesn't mean that I can't recover well,
Mm.
it just means I can't get away with poor lifestyle choices
Yeah.
as much.
Yeah, you say that, but you look literally the same age as you did about 10 years ago.
I've been doing my
I feel like you haven't aged a bit.
I've been doing my best to look after myself for sure.
Yeah.
But I was also like trying to train every day at some point in time,
Mm.
and sometimes I was training twice a day,
Yeah.
and I was doing, powerlifting, and I was doing bodybuilding, and I
Mm.
was doing calisthenics, and I was doing running, and I was trying to like juggle all these things. It's
Mm.
like, and I started to find I was picking up all these little injuries,
Yeah.
that I was like, oh, okay, I can't go 100% on everything. I have to start prioritizing certain things,
Mhm.
and then the internal battle with yourself as to where you allow your ego to take a hit.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I can either be really rubbish at this thing,
Mm.
and so I can get good at this, or I
Yeah.
can be, it's not necessarily rubbish, but it's your idea of what rubbish is.
Mm.
And in doing so, like always kind of coming across like a different way to put it together where like, yeah, that's all going to work, and
Yeah.
I shouldn't run into any trouble doing that.
Yeah.
And then you do. And you're like, okay, I've got to taper it down. So what I've ended up doing is I've had to like reduce the amount of training I do on everything
Yeah.
to then fit everything in
Fair.
relative to, and I take accountability
Yeah.
here, my lifestyle choices.
Mhm.
Because I don't, sleep 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
I don't eat 100%, nutrient dense whole food diet. I I think I just do some level of stress management all right. Like I'm a
Yeah.
pretty chill guy.
Always, mate. Always chill.
But there's definitely things I know, like if I did them a bit better,
Mhm.
my recovery would be better. I'd be able to fit those other things in, reduce my risk of injury.
Mm.
But yeah, like the thing that I've observed with people that I know personally that perform at a really good level, like yourself, the consistency in sticking to the program
Yeah.
and the consistency in lifestyle choices, they're kind of always there,
Mm.
and you never not see that outside of like ridiculous genetic outliers, right? Which I know a couple of those as well.
Yeah, I think I know the same people.
Where it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're living exactly the same as me,
Yeah.
but you've got twice the strength and
Yeah.
twice the fitness and twice the muscle. But yeah, I didn't, you don't really get to see that part of it, and I think that's probably true with a lot of people that we see online in the fitness space, is we don't actually get to see the very boring, like
Exactly.
consistent
Yeah.
stuff that
I think that's why I don't actually post my weight training that much compared to all the new stuff that I do, I guess. Because it's stuff that I've been doing for so long. I just, in my head, I'm like,
why would anyone?
no one wants to see this, even though they probably would. But
I think
just,
so. Yeah, I'm
that's staying in my
curious.
head.
I'm very curious as to would people actually want to see it, right? And
Yeah.
I think you can probably split test that a tiny little bit. Maybe start posting
Yeah,
some of
maybe
your
a
weight
bit more.
training sessions and see like, oh, did
Yeah.
people actually engage with this?